Hi, in this video we're looking at disruptive innovation. We're going to focus on the project AmericanButterfly.org that we've been working on for many years now, as it is, it is very disruptive. Let's first have a look at what Wikipedia says about disruptive innovation. Basically, disruptive innovation is an innovation that creates a new market and eventually disrupts an existing market. It takes longer to do, but when you finally get there, your product is so much better that it just sweeps away and creates massive market share. That's the idea. If we look at another page, Business Insider, some entrepreneurs are working to change the way we travel, pay for things, listen to music, and share news. American Butterfly covers all industries. That's the point. However, it is originally based on a travel system, and we are currently working on a travel system application for a component of American Butterfly. That's where all our programming goes. That's where all the development is happening. Okay, let's have a look at American Butterfly. A spiritually inspired global networking project considers the butterfly effect within the USA and global macro and microeconomics, 11 dimensions, and the multiverse. To put that clearly, we use chaos theory a lot. We're looking at small businesses and conglomerates at the same time, and we're paying a lot of attention to string theory and particle physics. Before we wrote the first book of American Butterfly, we created sworld.biz, about 600,000 words long, all research and development. And we just want to present one thing from it in this short slideshow, and that is a quote from Isaac Asimov, which says, "You may not predict what an individual may do, but you can put in motion things that will move the masses in a direction that is desired, thus shaping, if not predicting, the future." Okay, we start this process by building a digital age economic business framework, which is ecological by design, then developing cities of science and networking the businesses within, i.e. we create real estate developments, resort developments, and all the companies that supply the building materials, etc., and all the companies that work within integrate into our network, use our systems. So the network spreads via the amount of real estate developments we can create. Once we've looked at that, we looked at quantum economics, which is basically using elements of quantum theory, quantum mechanics within standard systems. Really looking at tracking the money trail to the smallest possible cent, i.e. the staff. What are your staff? Where are they spending their money? Going many levels deep, tracking absolutely everything. So there's basically no economic black hole. Got some nice equations. The M equals B string, the res equation, and the power of profit, yes, POP. We looked at string theory as well, elements from supersymmetry, which creates superstring theory, and chaos math, i.e. how do we make the system in a way that it's impervious to the effects of chaos theory, ergo rounding errors. And basically the principle is you devise a system that uses a mathematical sequence that you cannot divide into and make a rounding error, 1, 8, 64, etc. And then you try and contain all of the money within those blocks, and you count the blocks, not the money within. It's very complicated, so I'm not really going to go much more into it. There is a book on it. If you want, it can be sent to you. Okay, after the string theory, we looked at some real world stuff. SWOT analysis, desired partners implementation strategies, and the idea to create Experience Africa as a loss leader. Now we're coming to about 2013, the S-World Network, Experience Africa, the Siena Foundation, which work in the non-profit sector, and Villa Secret's marketing and software framework, which is what we will be looking at in the next video. Lastly, the sixth book, still to be written in its completion. We've got it in rough draft. Is very exciting. This is the ultimate product that we're really trying to create, is a virtual network. Sort of like The Sims, but everyone can bounce to each other's locations and look around. You know, I have no idea why no one else has done it. Doesn't make sense to me, but we want to. A lot of work has gone into this. Virtual social networks, virtual business networks. We've been looking at the work of Dr. James Gates and his simulated universe. We've been looking at M theory, quantum time simulations. And that's the interesting part, is the economic time travel. And that's where we would get our virtual network and we would send it forwards in time. And people would do business in the virtual network, in the simulation, before they had to make a real decision. So business would be done. How did that deal play out? Oh, it didn't work so well, I won't do it. Oh, this deal worked out great. So you make a real world, real time decision, buying decision based on the various future simulations of the network. Okay, just going to show you the spiritual side, and this is why I work so hard, my darling Siena. And you know, this is what made me look in a different direction to everybody else, which is why it's so disruptive. It's why it's so good. Love you, darling. Okay, very quickly, if you click this first link at the bottom in the footer, you will get to this, which is the first book, The Theory of Every Business, 168 pages. Don't be put off by the immediate suggestion that we need the USA to give us a, well, basically not pay corporation tax, because we can now structure this within a perfectly legal non-profit framework, and it works just as well. Here we have a look. This is the, I think it's this link here, American Butterfly Summary. Quick summary on how we start with Villa Secrets, create a network of real estate developers, real estate agencies, the best in the world, and then sell the, create a lot of off-plan interest for the resort development, so kickstarting that process. Lastly, we'll have a quick look at book 3, the network on a string, and my favorite section, which is the SUSY hierarchical spin equalizer. And whilst this has been done for macroeconomics, we are now working at implementing it in microeconomics. Basically, we work with the principle, the founding principle of SUSY, supersymmetry, which says for each particle there is another particle, and the strongest particle twins with the lightest particle. And what we've done is we've twinned the overflow profits, which is quite complex, of all the different resort networks that are created over time. And we can see it's a real mess with them all making totally different amounts of money. Very, very, very difficult to predict. This is, a lot of this work is all about making accurate future predictions. And as you can see, there's just simply no way to make any accurate prediction of that. However, if we twin the heaviest and the lightest, as if by magic, becomes very predictable. Okay, that's American Butterfly and disruptive technology, and more to the point, disruptive theory. Thank you.